Excellent connection for now. Right, let's share this out. Wait, are we live? Why the hell are we live? Oh well, we're live. Hello everybody, it's your boy. And with me is just Chicago. How you doing, Chicago?
Pretty good. I see that we are professionals
We are
now.
professionals because I've accidentally. Well, I now I know where. Yeah, I know where Economic Erudite's going wrong because he's using YouTube Studio, right, to do his solo live streams. So he's going straight live when he shouldn't be doing that. But it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. We won't be doing this again. Anyway, this. To be honest,
Hopefully.
this is what I wanted to do, technically speaking. But I was going to schedule it first and then confuse everybody. And they're like, wait, they're going live early? Wow. So as some people,
Wow.
wow. So we'll explain the title in just a minute, guys. Don't you worry, because
Eventually.
it's juicy. But how you doing, Chicago?
Um, I'm doing pretty good. How about you?
Pretty good. But
Nice.
I was on the bus. I was absolutely tired, and I was perusing Twitter as you do. When you're bored and you're on the bus. Probably
hmm
should have been listening to music, but it was a quiet bus because COVID demonetized. And I
Shit.
discovered, I think it was from Gammon Worshipper, who retweeted some
hmm
Scottish dude talking about one Lucy Brown. Now, Lucy Brown is a person who was involved mainly in what has been termed the movement. Yes, it's called the movement, and you have to put in the speech marks. If you could see my face and my hands, guys, I'd be doing the air quotations. The movement. It included all the main British YouTubers and political activists that you can think of. PJW. Sargon technically. She did. She basically hung out with these types of people, right? And let's just say she caused a lot of issues in this community, and she's actually been seen in some of my streams as well. She used to follow me on Twitter, but I never actually knew her. I never met her because I'm not that high up. But somehow, strangely, once when I first heard about her, she started following me. Ooh, do 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 do. That's not a coincidence, was it, Chicago? You still there?
Heck if I know, man. Yeah, I'm still here.
Well,
I mean,
and she was the one
I'm not
who.
super familiar with this stuff, so
Well, do you recall the Tommy Robinson, was it panel drama thing? Like he did the thing exposing hope not hate and
uh
things like that. Well, I think she helped him with that, and on the other hand, she was allegedly. So this is allegedly. She was also helping Hope Not Hate and the Feds. Allegedly, she is a Fed. People have had this suspicions that she is a Fed sent in to mess things up and to take information, and apparently she's been witnessed recording people, not just for interview purposes, but while they're just doing normal things, hoping to catch them saying something that they don't want people to hear them saying. I guess that's the point. All of this is alleged. But anyway, since then she's kind of disappeared, and well, suddenly this random person turns up in Wignat YouTube, or rather the British version of Wignat YouTube, and they're called. Well, let me just get on Twitter to find out what her name actually is on here. I just need to share the stream out first before I do that. Do you want to post this to the Discord while I just look up the name?
yeah, sure thing.
She was going by the name of Bob something. What was it? Hang on, I sent her a meme. Here we are. Mad Bob 88. Yeah, as you can probably tell, 88. The whole far right meme. Yeah, I mean obvious. Fed username, but apparently people in Patriotic Alternative and Wignat YouTube are so dumb that they fall for Mad Bob 88. Mad Bob 88. You can't make it up, guys. You really can't. So anyway, this person sounds a bit weird. If you were to see her, I mean him, allegedly, on people's streams in that community, you'll find something's off with the voice. It's a bit metallic, a bit weird. But you assume it's a guy. Well, apparently, according to some people, that isn't the case. That is, in fact, actually a woman, Lucy Brown, doing what she was probably doing to other people along the way. And what happened was a long... This happened, like, I think 10 hours ago or something like that. So there was, like, a long Twitter argument involving some people who, like, oh, what's going on? Initially, they were talking about the debate that Laura Towler had with that... Who's the Iranian guy that was on AA's channel? The fellow Iranian. What was he called? Do you remember?
No,
I forgot his name. They're both British, aren't they? You know, they're both British Iranians. But Mayartusi? Wait, let me look it up. Mayartusi or Mayartusi, yes. They had a debate, and I've heard mixed things. In that conversation, they said Maya won, Laura lost. But I've heard people say that he lost and she won. But I don't know. I didn't watch it. I don't care. I'm just here for the memes and for the jokes and for the drama. And then somebody started saying, "Oh, we all know you're actually Lucy Brown." And then he tagged in this Chinese guy, and this Chinese guy seemed to be intimately involved. And it turns out that they may have had some sexual experiences with each other, and she may have had it with some other famous people. And he was calling her out and just roasting her, and calling her mentally ill, and that she had a drug problem. And she said, I deny this. And then he posted a screenshot saying that she used to take LSD at one point, which magically cured her depression or something like that. Which we know LSD doesn't magically cure depression, although apparently it does have some effects that can counteract the stuff. But it's not been properly researched. I have to say that, otherwise that would be most irresponsible of me. But anyway, she then starts to ask to prove that it's her and then it's him. So he posts a picture of himself. And then, the thing is, she's not actually denying through the thing. Well, she kind of does sometimes, but she's not really denying that it's her. She's kind of just talking as if it is her, but it's not her at the same time. It's really confusing. And then she says, well, prove it's me. And then he doxes her and himself. And says, show me your tits. Because he claimed that, yeah. And well, she asked him to show a picture saying if it's really him, that, what was it? Let me look it up. Hang on. I have to go on my DMs because I was sharing this with people. That could be an old picture because he showed that picture, right? I want a sign that says, Mad Bob is Lucy Brown. I will believe you then. To prove that it was him. Sorry, yeah. Stop treating me like a clown, he says. Here, now I dox you and myself. Our fate are sealed. Now show me your tits, I mean your face. Like, that is a chat move. That is like...
Based Chinese man.
I know. Like, and now she's been revealed as the potential Fed she is to those idiots who've somehow got tricked by a fake username. An obviously fake username. I mean, usually when you look at these people, they don't tend to have 88 because I think they nowadays have a bit more class than that, you know? It's a bit overused as a meme. And yet they were totally convinced that this is a normal person. It's totally not somebody using a voice changer. You know, like doing a Ray Murasame, allegedly. And now we know it's her. But why she's doing this, I don't know. Because she could just pretend that she's changed her ideas, right? Like, loads of people have gone from one end of the spectrum to the other and back again. You know?
Ah, yes, like me. I've gone from center left to almost Hoppian.
I can't imagine you going all the way around full circle. Right?
Yeah, I'm not going to be going leftwards
Don't do a Randy Anglo. So
once you wake up to this stuff, you kind of can't go back to sleep about it.
You like that meme? You know, the black guy is asleep and then he wakes up and he's got the laser eyes. That's you.
Yeah, except I'm Asian.
So to speak.
so to speak.
Literally, Asian.
I'm awake, so to speak.
I am Asian, so to speak. So that's really the drama, guys. That's really it. But like this is raised some interesting questions. Like I was talking to somebody called Chunder Thunky, he's like a friend of the channel, and he reckons that most of patriotic alternative are all just feds, and that very few of them are actual true-blooded believers. And I think that could be the case. It could be infiltrated to that extent, but I don't know. I think it's still mostly true believers. Like the KKK took decades to become basically a load of feds, didn't it?
Not all that long. Mainly
Really?
because the feds helped found it.
Oh yeah, the Democratic Party, you mean?
Like it was Southern politicians that founded it. So
The Democrats.
no, it's always been a Fed organization.
But now it's truly feds, like federal agents in there, just checking on the few people still around who like to wear the
Well,
hoods
that's in
legitimately.
Indiana.
Indiana.
No, seriously, Indiana's actually like the global capital for the Ku Klux Klan now.
Isn't that in the north?
Yeah, it's right next to Illinois.
They did always say that the north had more support than the south ever did, right? I don't know if that's because there's more people or it's
The
more
North
racist.
actually was. The North was actually technically more segregationist than the South ever was, especially in
Yeah, it
Chicago
was-
and the Great Lakes
It's
and
just
California.
it's just that people chose to, as opposed to were forced into it, right?
Yeah. In the North, nah, we wanted to do this. In the South, it was just a cultural thing.
No, you don't get to
No,
decide
we're
where
even
you're
worse.
living, boy. Boy,
We're even worse.
You're living here, boy. Yeah. So I actually think there was like this well, they call it. I guess it's officially a terrorist group. There's like this some Nazi terrorist group where a load of teenagers got arrested and sent to prison. Basically, they were teenagers. I think there may have been one in his 20s or 30s, and I thought that was a Fed thing. Like that was because they were a new organisation. They'd barely been going for a few years, and then they get them like that, and they were already violent and trying to organise violent, terrorist attacks. Methinks it was an attempt to get the idiots who truly thought that, yeah, this is the way to go about things, and arrest them. And we've not heard anything since. So, I think that's... I think they have been infiltrated, and unfortunately for Patriotic Alternative, they're simply too stupid to recognise that. That's the thing.
Gee, what a surprise.
Weren't some of them... Well, I don't know if he was American or not, but didn't you have a debate with some guy who was trying to pass off Hopper as some kind of National Socialist?
Me? No, I just called him an idiot and then
right.
left the conversation.
Did you see what I sent him?
No.
I think I told him
Feel free to go in.
I told him that technically I would technically Hopper would throw you out of the helicopter, physically remove you, so to speak.
Yes.
Something like that. I don't know. But I don't understand why these people like him. Like, he's the complete opposite of everything that they believe in and stand for. Like, he's a libertarian in the truest sense of the word. Although I do find some of his opinions a bit weird, but not in that sort of way. Just I think he's a bit weird, and he comes to his conclusions in strange ways. And I'm not convinced by his argumentation ethics, because it just he tries to avoid and ignore the is or question, which you can't, because you can't get an is from an ought, or an ought from an is. But that's besides the point. I'm struggling to think, apart from physically remove, which technically speaking could fit any ideology. That's not an original thought.
Here's the thing: physical removal literally just means that they're not welcome in the community.
Mm-hmm.
That means that you're not shooting them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because
you're just ostracizing them.
Yeah, his
which,
philosophy is
guess what?
non-violence.
That already happens in. Here's the thing. This type of physical removal already happens in rural America.
Yeah, his whole philosophy is essentially but not entirely non-violent. Like, argumentation ethics is an attempt to, solve conflict through, well, what? What, Chicago? What's he trying to solve conflict by?
Oh. Well, he's trying to go and solve conflicts by invoking freedom of association.
I was
which
thinking
means
more
if you don't want
argument.
to associate with communists,
I was hoping you finished the sentence and
then you
say
don't.
argument. That's what I was hoping you'd do.
Oh.
We had it then. You had it. You had it on
Nah,
the plate.
I'm not that simple in my
Yeah, but if you want to give the in-depth explanation, please go ahead. The Spurg is yours.
Nah.
Go on.
I think I've done enough Spergonomics.
We've not done enough. Come on.
Unless you need. Well, what exactly do you want me to get into?
What you were doing, you were starting off on before, and then wherever that takes us.
Oh yeah. Well, when you actually look up on physical removal and how it would likely happen, it's basically just small towns in the Wild West.
Mm-hmm.
If you see an outlaw, you fucking ostracize them and they leave.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're not going to survive the winter if they stay. Like in the Wild West, you either are accepted by the community or you fucking die of starvation.
Yikes. So like is that what the context of like the ideas is and stuff like that, or is that just an example?
That's an example,
Oh, okay.
and that's how I have thought through the idea.
Mm-hmm.
Because just saying hippity hoppity physical removal is funny and all, but it's not going to do much explanation on what it actually means.
In many ways, it's not actually physical removal. It's more like, we're going to be over here, don't cross this boundary. So it's not actually removal, if you think about it. It's more like a...
Yeah.
I don't know if that's an English translation error from his head, because it's not his first language, or if that is what he thinks that ought to say. But it sounds more like dividing as opposed to removing. But that's just my take on it. It's not actually removal. But their idea is, I guess, these nat socks is that they're gonna get guns and they're gonna get like the
I don't
state.
even say nat socks. I say neat socks because they're not even that nationalist.
Yeah, they're neat. Their entire lives are on the internet. Their entire politics is just based on the internet. Like,
They're
I
basically
wonder,
just bad mouths, but they pretend to be right wing.
I don't think they even read Mein Kampf, because if they did, they wouldn't be nat socks.
Yeah, if they did, they'd just say, "Oh wait, this guy just hates Jews."
He can't even
and it's
read.
going to be a communist because he hates Jews.
He can't even write. Like, it's a terribly written... Well, technically he didn't write it. He dictated it, and I think not Goebbels. One of the people who was like high up later on wrote it down for him. He didn't even bother to write it himself.
Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he was in prison. Like, he had time.
I mean, he was in prison when that was being done.
Is the chat working? We got the usual
Yeah.
people, but I can't see anybody. Say something, Chicago. So
You
I
want
know
me to
it
go
works.
and pull it up?
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, he dictated it basically. That's what he was doing. Why is this not monetized? Damn it! There we are. It's monetized now, lads.
There we go.
You're gonna get.
It works.
Yeah, they're not gonna get a load of adverts. Haha. Have you noticed that they've been bombarding by accident? YouTube's been bombarding like big videos with adverts. There's been like a weird algorithm change about how they sort out adverts. So like, there's videos that shouldn't have mid-roll ads getting mid-roll ads in random places, or just being covered in it.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Celtic Rune Singer. How you doing? It does work for me. Thank God. I was wondering where everybody was. But
Speaking of mid-roll ads, a word for our sponsor, Raid Shadow Legend.
we're not actually. I would never ever take a sponsorship from them. Oh,
You see, I would, but just for the meme of it.
I mean, who would I actually legitimately sponsor? It'd have to be something that I use, and something that's like got utility. and something that isn't like hard to use and anything like that. Like, I wouldn't promote somebody's game, especially if the game's not even made yet. I wouldn't promote a VPN because VPNs slow your computer down. And I mean, I often thought about an Amazon affiliate link, but apparently there's been weird things about that. Or like just affiliate links in general. Like I think you can't actually do them as much as you used to on YouTube. There's some weird legal stuff going on. Don't quote me on that. Something happened with Louis Levi about affiliate links. So I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, for me, I would love to be sponsored by the Mises Institute because I would happily shill for them even without getting paid to do it. And if they pay me to do it, even better.
A meme lord's dollar is still a dollar. Indeed, Amori. Indeed. I mean, yeah. I mean, I suppose I would take sponsorship from a person or like a person who has his own company, I guess. Like, allegedly, I heard that the Koch brothers were trying to like sponsor people, like content creators, giving them millions, and the content they made wasn't particularly good anyway. They were just going all the way around the world filming documentaries. I suppose you guys might know who I'm referring to, a certain Lawrence Southern apparently, but I've only heard such things. Again, allegedly. But then I thought, but why would they support people like that? Like, why? Aren't they like just establishment like geopolitical globalists? Isn't that what they are?
Sorry about that. I'm really out of it today.
Are the
So
Koch
may you
brothers
please
globalists?
repeat that?
Why would the Koch brothers support like content creators like Lawrence Southern was? And then all of
Oh, simple. It's because they know that she's just here to go into grift.
yeah, potentially, but
Like, they're only going to support people who are either weak-minded enough to be forced into drifting, or disingenuous enough to already be drifting.
yeah. Dave Rubin.
But
Yeah,
that's why they
I heard
support
about
Lawrence
Dave
Southern.
Rubin actually. Dave Rubin was also alleged to be coke bought. Yeah, I heard about that.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think to some extent his political change and religious to some extent, though I don't think he's fully grasped what he actually believes in. I mean, it's okay for it to be a mess, you know. It's spirituality.
Yeah.
Make of it what you will. But I think he legitimately changed compared to the other TYT members. I mean, I don't buy he's that much of a grifter, though. I can actually see that he's not... I mean, he's not stupid, but he's not that bright and maybe a bit naive. And so would take the Coke money because he thought, oh, this will help me with my company, with my brand. This will help me, you know, get all the sets and things like that. He probably took the money thinking that's what it was. It was like venture capitalism, when perhaps it was not.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah, no, because now he's beholden to what his investors want.
Oh, it's High X Cat.
That's why...
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice.
But I don't know, like, I felt really sorry for him and people started attacking him. And then Mouthy Buddha did a video on him, which came from a similar point of view of me. Like me, because I really don't hate him. I don't hate Dave Rubin at all. I can't hate him. No matter how many people say, oh, he's a grifter, he's this, that, and the other, he's stupid, his book's crap, I can't help but feel he is somewhat genuine. Team Liberty? I don't know who Team Liberty again? Oh, wait, can you fill me in on that again? I forgot who they were. Team Liberty.
I don't know who they are either.
Yeah, I have heard the name, but I don't remember who they are. I think there's some kind of think tank or NGO. I'm not sure.
Oh, then, yeah, they're not on our side.
Well, I mean, there are think tanks on our side, and there's probably NGOs too. But, like, for example, Christian Niemitz.
The only think tanks on our side are, like, the Mercatus Center and the Mises Institute.
What's the one that Christian Niemitz is a part of? I think that's the Economic Center.
Heck if I know, man.
Yeah, they're on our side, at least economically. What else? AEIR? Is it AIR? EAR? Hello, Common Sense Guy. He's a Jew, isn't he? Common Sense Guy? He's Jewish. I think he's he was trying to.
I don't know.
I think the idea was he was refinding his Jewish faith, which probably was never that particularly strong anyway. He was probably from a moderate family, but more power to him. I don't know. Oh, gay, not guy.
Yeah.
A gay Christian. Hey, now they exist. Alkazai. Hello, Teabag. How you doing? Oh, we were just discussing the latest drama on Twitter. If you've seen it, go join in. Go check out Chunder Thunky's Twitter, and not really mine. I did quote tweet somebody with a Rolf meme. Life has many doors.
Better boy.
Oh, by the way, I got an update on JD. He meant the tweet I was responding to, not my tweet. So that means
Alright.
he knows it's a meme and he has that down.
That's a meme, JD, to that.
By the way, if you want to know why Alkazai's not here, I should have said this at the beginning, shouldn't I? But oh well. he's camping.
He was put into the gulag.
Yeah, he's gone to the gulag in the middle of Illinois. Where is he? He said he was in the middle of nowhere, wasn't he? In Illinois, right?
I thought that it was Missouri.
Missouri.
I mean, Missouri is frankly a little bit more beautiful than Southern Illinois near the Ozarks. So,
It's not when it's a gulag. Yeah, he's with his hippie friends, and they've gone to do hippie things in the mountains, or I don't know. What's Missouri like? Is it mountainous?
oh, in the mountains, then. If it's the mountains, then yeah, it's either Southern Illinois or Kentucky.
I actually don't know where he is. He just said, I'm going camping, and I'm going to be in the middle of nowhere, and I can't make it. And I'm like,
Our
okay.
co-host has fallen off the face of the earth.
Yes.
Are we worried?
No.
Maybe. Maybe not.
Kind of.
Hint. We're not.
No. He's with other people. He'll be fine.
Yeah, and besides, he's not going to like the Dyatlov Pass or whatever, so he'll come back.
Maybe
Eventually.
he'll come back like a changed man. He's like, there's coronavirus in the woods. And yes, Teabag, this is the Lucy
COVID
Brown
in the woods.
I wonder what adventures he got up to. I bet he's like, well, I made some beans and I went around a hill. I pissed on a tree. He'll just say something like that. Hippie things in the mountains.
Yeah.
Sounds a bit broke back. Yes. Yes.
Yes.
A Sith Lord? Yes.
A Sith Lord?
Yes.
Yes.
Look up Enough is Enough if you want to get that meme, guys. Edil, I don't know why you keep quoting Shut Up Woman, Get on My Arse. I don't know what you mean. He's telling me it's a secret. He posted,
Kinky.
well, it's... Have you heard the song, by the way? Look
No.
at my horse is amazing, give it a lick.
Oh,
That's an old meme. Yeah, I don't think it allows 10p. I think it has to be 99 or a pound at the most. Or was that £10? I don't know. Reminder in this week's news: 80% inaccurate number of virus is rising. Is that in America? I think.
heck if I know, man. I honestly stopped paying attention to what's going on in the U.S. because I don't want to be incredibly black-pilled.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Although I will say though, Portland, they need to sort that shit out. 60 days. That's basically a revolution, right? Oh, £2. I don't know, man. Maybe it was the message you put in. YouTube censors super chats, so you have to, think of something else. Unfortunately, it's the only thing that you can do. That Twitter thread is wild, JD. It is indeed. We were mentioning you earlier because we thought you misunderstood what I said, but it's good that you understood it was a joke.
Well, we as in Mitch.
Well, yeah, me, yeah.
Thank you for looping me into this.
Well, you are now.
I did not consent.
You will consent. You must.
This violates my NAP.
You. Well, I have to pay attention to certain things at the moment now because there's been like an increase in lockdown measures where I live because of the rise. So, but I'm still working. Somehow we're getting the podcast going despite that. Somehow, touch wood.
Somehow, yeah.
But luckily, guys, I got an update on that. More people are going to be coming back to my workplace, which means my hours will slowly but surely dwindle to their regular pattern. So,
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, I am actually looking into other avenues as well, but I think because of what's going on, I might have to wait. But new jobs and stuff. But yeah, I should have more free time eventually. Although I don't know. That might mean shorter shifts, but more of them. I don't, as opposed to long shifts, 5 days a week, which I would like to do, but I'd rather it be Monday to Friday than what I have been doing, which is off Monday, off maybe Tuesday, Thursday, not Tuesday, Wednesday or Thursday, and then bam, loads of shifts in a row, all the way through the weekend. Oh, the threat. Yeah, the threat was pretty wild. Although what he did was quite funny. Oh, it was let me look it up. There was that could be old. Oh yeah, she was basically telling him, what I said before, like, go on, prove it's me, prove it's you, write this letter or whatever, like Madfoise is Lucy Brown or something. Yeah. It is pretty wild.
Mm-hmm.
The beginning of it's so normal. They're just arguing about a bloody debate. Then it just degenerates. And now the whole world knows who you are, Bob. But again, like...
Now the whole world knows you posted cringe.
Yes. Now the whole Soviet Union knows you posted cringe. Although in her case...
We must help Lavrenti Beria with his one-man crusade against the global cringe.
Who was the Nazi Germany version of Beria? Out of interest.
Himmler?
What was Beria again? The secret police, was he? Yeah, Himmler.
He was the NKVD chief.
Yeah, so Himmler then, yeah. Or was he?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what did Himmler do again? SS, wasn't it?
Well, I mean, Himmler was the fucked up head of the SS.
Yeah.
And also was, like, a cultist.
Yeah,
He's
Gestapo,
basically
yeah.
just fascist L. Ron Hubbard, but with the actual power to go in and do cult stuff.
Now the whole Third Reich knows you posted cringe.
Papers, please.
Papers, please, or you'll be on
Where
the
are
list.
your papers?
If you do not show me your papers, you're going on the list.
You're going on the list of cringe.
Don't tell him, Pike. Have you seen...
Yeah, this is going into minor cringe operation.
You need to watch Dad's Army if you've ever heard of that. It's It's a British comedy, obviously, and it's set in World War II, but it's in the Home Guard. A bunch of 1940s boomers and like not disabled. He had asthma, so I guess technically he's disabled for a soldier. That's the youngest guy. He would have gone to the front, but he had asthma, so he has to be a Home Guard guy, and he has to and it's about the whole battalion. It's like a battalion of Home Guard guys, and they just get up to wacky stuff. And at one point, they actually meet Germans, like a U-boat crew that they crash land or something. I don't know what happens, but they end up in British shores and they get captured by the Home Guard. But the captain's playing along as if he's actually going to beat them in a fight, even though he's been beaten. And he's like, at the end of the war, when you lose, I will find you guys and defeat you. You will get on the list. And Pike, that's it. Pike is the young guy, and he starts mocking them. And he goes, "You, who are you? Your name will be on the list." And then the captain of his captain goes, "Don't tell him, Pike." That's funny. God. You need to watch it to see it, to get it. Classic humour. Wasn't Lucy Brown originally a BLM member? I have no idea. All I know is she's potentially a Fed boy, and that's all that matters to me. You stupid boy, Pike. Yeah, that's another catchphrase. It's 70s, so there's all the catchphrases and stuff. I remember there was an episode in a church, but that's all I know. Mad if true that the PT person did at somebody who apparently met Madfoise. Yeah, he did. He did more than Meter. if you actually read the thread. 2020 is such a bonkers year, nothing surprises me. Yeah. I mean, Alcazar going camping, that surprised me.
No, that's mean.
Well, you know. He didn't strike me as the camping type, to be honest.
Fair
Captain
enough.
Mannering, yeah. Captain Mannering, that's the... he's meant to be the straight man, but he's actually kind of not a straight man. We're doomed. We're doomed. We're doomed. Oh, they're all just posting Dad's army quotes at me now.
Oh, we're doomed.
We're doomed.
Of course. Of course.
Oh, it's the Raven. Have we seen the new Teen Vogue article stating BLM now wants to get rid of property? Well, we already knew they did. I mean, the clue's in Marxism, isn't it? Marxist.
Imagine thinking that I'd torture myself by reading Teen Vogue.
Yeah, I never read it as a... Well, it's not for boys anyway, but yeah, I never read it as a teenager.
You see, if you ask me, Teen Vogue is for the journalists who are too stupid to work for regular Vogue.
Or BuzzFeed, even. Or was that pushing it?
Same shit.
Yeah. They all meld into one. That's how crap they are. It's all toilet paper. It's all toilet paper at the end of the day. Alcazar camp? Never. Oh, Lib. He's already dead. I mean...
Stop it! He's already dead!
It is mental how many, like, former newspapers used to be decent are now just propaganda rags. Maybe they always were, but Teen Vogue should just be doing
they
teen
always
stuff.
were. It's just that they were... You see, they always were. It's just that they used to be better at hiding it.
Yeah, they used to hide it because they probably weren't confident enough in being open about it. You're not a teenager, common sense guy. I've heard your voice. Mannering's brother was. What, doomed? So, like, is there any, like, World War II comedies in America? Like, TV ones?
I mean, there used to be MASH.
That's Korean War, technically, though.
Yeah, technically, but...
Isn't the film dead?
It was fought by the same soldiers who fought in the
Yeah.
Second World War.
Some of them, anyway.
Quite a few of them, actually.
Some of them were even in World War One. Like some of the officers.
I mean, the main Marine commander during the Spanish-American War and the Boxer Rebellion started off as a private in the Civil War. Oh.
Wow, that's like 30 years, isn't it?
He was in the armed services from 1861 to 1906.
That's a pretty good record. Oh, I heard about Arthur, but I didn't see it. Well, it was just propaganda, right?
Oh, and another fun fact about that guy as well.
Hmm.
His son was the father of the U.S. Armored Corps.
No.
General Chaffee.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of him. I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Apparently there's a Dad's Army reboot that's woke in anti-Brexit, and the American Dad's Army version was called The Rear Guard. So there's an American version. I didn't know they'd remake... Wait, they remade Dad's Army? Wait,
I've long since stopped watching TV.
Well, there was a movie that came out. I know that. But there was no, like... Oh, is it Dad's Army, The Lost Episodes? Is that what you're referring to? Oh, yeah, because I think the BBC or whoever made it, ITV, deleted some episodes, so they're just remaking it with new cast, or the new cast. I don't know. I've not seen the reboot. Otherwise, I would have heard about it, but I don't know. I have no idea, but you are on the list. To be honest, like World War II in America, you're like films and TV shows treat it more seriously than even we do. We tend to make comedies out of it a lot sometimes, and I mean we do have serious drama.
Really? I mean,
well, that's what
I mean, we're the people who also made Whose Line Is It Anyway?
True, you did. Yeah, you did make Whose Line Is It? But I mean, like World War II stuff. Like, considering how badly it affected us, we just need to take the piss out of it. I don't know why. Like, how many World War II jokes were in Monty Python? Too many. Harry Ann did a video on it. I really didn't. I don't remember this at all. I really don't remember this. Yeah, I know nothing. I really don't know. Oh, now it's a Red Dwarf reference. Smeghead. Have you seen Red Dwarf?
Me? No.
Oh, that's a sci-fi one.
I really should.
It's funny. I've not seen the whole thing though. Schindler's List is a comedy. Man, I'm glad that I don't watch Arthur anymore. I'm glad I'm not a kid. And Stephen Crowder was in it. Oh yeah, he was in it, wasn't he? Hang on, I'm gonna look that up. Who did he play? Was he Arthur? Hey Arthur. And that's it. Hey, what a wonderful time to play. Ugh, he's half Leaf. Let's have a look. Oh,
that
he
would
was
be
the
funny if he was
the brain.
Arthur.
Oh my god, he was the brain. Alan Brain
Holy
Powers.
shit.
Oh my god. Just like, yeah, when I was watching it as a kid, he was Alan Brain Powers. Wow. Wow, that's crazy, that.
And now he's just... and now just a whole bunch of Trump fans watch him. I guess.
He's younger than I thought he is. I thought he'd be like nearly 40. He's only 33.
Jeez.
That's crazy.
Still think that's weird that fucking watched him on TV as a kid.
You know what's also strange? Like, he's been on YouTube for years. So like, he was like doing it before. He was doing this before the thingy. What are they called? The twins, the Vine twins. Actually, they're not really from Vine. The Paul brothers, because they were Disney, weren't they? He was doing it before they were. You stupid woman. all these World War II comedies. Right, if you want to know what that one is, that's one called Allo Allo, and that's a British one that's set in France, in occupied France in World War II, and it's like the French citizens just trying to survive, but it's mainly through the eyes of this restaurant owner. What was he called? Rene. That's it, Rene. And he's conducting an affair. He has a wife. He has a mistress. And I think.
Well, yeah, he's French.
Yeah. And he's also trying to survive from the Nazis, so he has to put up with them who always go to his cafe, and then all the other people. And there's also a policeman who's like a Brit in disguise. But he's like kind of like a sleeper agent. He's forgotten, and he can't speak French properly. It's in English, by the way. But to know that the French, but it's clever what they do, because they were trying to figure out, well, how do we show that the French and German and all that, considering they all speak different languages, so they just use the accents. So like when they speak in French accents to each other, they're speaking French, and when they speak in German accents, they speak German. And it works. It was clever. They play it up for laughs. So like, there's two RAF guys who crash land, and the resistance look after them, but they don't understand most of the resistance. So some of them will be speaking in French accents to him. And they go, "What's he saying? What's she saying?" And then when another one puts on an English accent, which is probably a real accent in real life, and they go, "Oh, oh." And I think there's another catchphrase. "Ooh, Renee." That's his mistress's catchphrase, because she's hot over heels for him. So, good morning, good morning. I was pissing by the door. That's a quote from the policeman. You know, because he can't speak French properly, he says it weird. So like, there's one where he goes, "Old ladies have the right of woo." I shall say this only once. Oh yeah, there's another one, Good Night, Sweetheart. I never liked that. That's a time travel one. This is going all over your head. All the British comedy that's in the chat. It right is, now.
Yes.
Yeah. What? Renee's What, you'd seriously have Renee's mistress? Hello, mistress. I forgot what she looked like, actually. Yvette Carte Blanche. I forgot that was her name, Carte Blanche.
Oh.
Oh my.
Oh my.
Oh my. Alolo was based on a serious version of a story. Yes. Wait. So
On the serious version of a story.
So there was another version of LOLO, but it was serious. But they thought, this is actually quite funny. Let's turn it into a comedy. I like that. That's quite funny. So are there any other like wartime comedies in America? Or is it usually more situational, like you do in America, like like Friends or something?
I have no idea because I don't watch TV.
Oh, that's a shame. Glop. Oh yeah, if you want to.
I mean, TV here is shit.
Yeah, it's probably shit over here too. Oh, that's another thing. So there's one German officer or soldier, and he always, when they salute, they go Heil Hitler, right? He always does it last, and in a weird way. So they go Heil Hitler, and he goes Glop. Because the idea was that he hates Hitler. He's like the one German who doesn't really conform or doesn't want to, so he does it wrong and out of time. But he was only in it for like 2 or 3 seasons though, so he disappears. It's the funniest thing when they're in. They go Heil Hitler, Glop. Anytime we see a wig snatch, or Glop. The thing is, the way he says it is meant to be Heil Hitler dead quickly, but it comes across as Klopp. So he's going Glop. I'm gonna do that from now on. If I do make a video on on PA, I'm gonna go Glop. Just show that. Oh, did you hear about Akila? Obviously.
Oh yeah, she now owes $40,000. Obviously.
What's your take on that? I haven't heard you talk about it yet.
She was full of shit from the start, obviously.
Do you reckon she always do you reckon she had a chance if she shut up?
No, obviously. Sorry, I'm gonna keep doing this.
Keep doing it.
Obviously.
Like, all she had to do was shut up, and she may have had a less worse. She may have had an easier time in the courts. She would have lost potentially anyway, but it wouldn't.
She would have been able to go and have a. She would have been able to have a more amicable settlement. Obviously.
And not only that, she could have potentially come across as quite as decent, but unfortunately, she can't take the L. Like, she's refusing to take the L. I don't know if it's stupidity or like she's just that arrogant, but come on. You've lost not once, but twice. Do you want it to be a third time? And like, the thing is, like she's been going on Twitter for years, like, saying, "Oh, I'm gonna make him poor. I'm gonna bankrupt him. I'm gonna end this evil, racist." Right? And it's like, no. Shut up! You're making it worse. And she threw her lawyers under the bus as well. Like, my old lawyers told me to be quiet, but it's like, no, or something like that. Yeah, okay, I think I get it now, Edel. I think I get it. I might get it. Is it an hello reference now? Is it apart from that? But I don't know. But anyway, we're back to Akila.
Obviously.
I think I'm glad that she's lost, because she's proven now that frivolous lawsuits ain't gonna work. At least in political YouTube, because in commentary YouTube they can't work now because H3 won his case. But I'm so glad she lost, because now the SJWs can't just go to the court system. They now have to actually prove and have a solid case that actually, yes, copyright law was broken. Yes, this certain other law was broken. Oh,
Yep.
in my video, Libraven? No, it did get demonetized, but it didn't stop me getting nearly 1,000 views, so that's alright. Did you see the thumbnail of my video, by the way?
No.
Let me DM it you. Hang on a sec. You're gonna like this, guys. He's gonna Chicago's gonna laugh because he'll get the reference. Hang on, where is it? There it is. Are you ready? There it is.
Oh, that's great.
Wait, she'd be better off if she bought a horse. Can she even afford a horse?
Not anymore.
Actually, how much does a horse cost? Let's find out. How much?
Horses cost as much as some cars.
How many dollars does a horse cost? How much do horses cost? Spruce pets. Ponies 1,000 and up. Some horses $500. But yeah, you're right. She's definitely not afford. She definitely can't afford a $500 horse anymore.
Let alone a $1,000 horse. Well, that, and also keep in mind when you buy a horse, you also have to go and buy a stable for it, and you also need to buy it a lot of food.
Adil. All right, okay. Now I get it. I know why he said it now. Because she kept mouthing off, right? Shut up, woman, get on my... Yeah, shut up, woman, get on my... Yeah, okay, I get it. Right. Who's mentioning Sharat? Are we doing a Sharat patrol now?
What?
I'm just reading the chat.
Oh.
Somebody says that Byronic hero says that Sharat reminds him of Howard from The Big Bang Theory. Which one's... I don't know who Howard is. We don't discuss fake geeks.
Sorry, we only discuss funny shows here.
Yes. Like British comedies that Chicago's never heard of.
Yeah.
Are there any
which are apparently funny.
They are funny, yeah. They're quite old though, like almost 50 years now. Then, have you watched any though, like British comedy shows? Out of interest.
I've watched some Yes Minister.
Good choice. Have you seen the one where he gets his own back on him, where he turns the tables for once, the Prime Minister? You might have seen that one.
I think so, but I don't have the best memory.
There was one where we asked why we're in at the time it was the EEC, wasn't it, not the EU? And it was like, so we can keep tabs on Europe. And at the time when I first saw that, I thought, I can see that it's a kind of geopolitical thing. But I don't know. I actually don't think that's accurate. I don't think that was why we were there in the first place. I don't think it was to keep an eye on what's going on the continent. We didn't need to join the Hanseatic League to know what they were up to, I think I guess...
I thought that London was technically a Hanseatic city.
Possibly.
So you kind of did.
Well, it's only London, though, isn't it? But,
well, that's like saying it's only Washington, D.C. Despite the fact that it's the capital of the goddamn place.
I know, but again, it's just one city. But like the point is, like, it turns out I think it really was like Macmillan, was it? I'm trying to remember which Prime Minister it was now. It doesn't matter. I think he truly believed...
The one who got you into the European community?
Prime?
It was the Tory Prime Minister between Douglas Home and Thatcher.
Heath, that's it, Heath.
Yeah, Heath.
Yeah, I knew it was... I thought it was him or me.
How do I know this?
Because you know
Why
stuff.
do I know this?
But anyway, I think he probably genuinely believed in the project, Because why else would he talk in French to the French to convince them to let them in, to let us in? Because they vetoed us about 2 or 3 times already.
Oh yes, the Tory party. Definitely nationalist.
Oh yes.
Totally not selling you out to Europe.
I mean, there's like an Oxford debate when there was a first. The people don't remember, like, well, some people do, but the younger ones amongst us don't realise that there was actually another referendum in the 70s about whether we should stay in the EEC, and that one passed as, you know, let's stay. And he was in this Oxford Union debate with a Labour MP called Peter Shaw, I think it was, and you might have seen his speech. Actually, I posted it in the chat for everyone. I think he was called Peter Shaw, and basically, I think it had been Heath's turn, and he goes afterwards, and then it's one of the most amazing speeches. Hang on, Peter Shaw. Yeah, I found it. There's a long version that's like an hour long somewhere, or 22 minutes. But there's a short version towards the end, which is fantastic. I'll just post a short one for everyone.
If you look,
All right.
Labour's not like that anymore. Why is everything so hard for Toki? Always has been. Wait, the Libertarian Party is cooked? Always has been.
Yep.
What's going on with Jo Jorgensen, man? I got into a brief spat with somebody on Twitter over her.
She's such a joke.
I don't understand what's the game
Like,
plan.
What's to gain? She wants to do instead a slightly larger vote share instead of, actually achieve anything of value.
Mm-hmm.
Which the slightly larger vote share will mean that we get to go and be slightly louder and complain that we're not in the debates.
Mm-hmm. But she's
Meanwhile, for me,
pandering.
I couldn't give two shits.
She's pandering to the wrong people. Like, she needs to be pandering to the Libertarians in the Republican Party. You know, the Rand Paul types, to bring them over into the party. That's where they should be, right?
Yeah, she should get the Paleocons into the party because they're growing at a very quick rate.
Mm-hmm.
But no, apparently we need to go after the socialists because they totally don't want us dead.
There is a movement going on in the libertarian, sphere. I can't say movement twice. It's like this thing where, like, all libertarians unite. So it's all right-wing ones, all centrist ones, and all left-wing ones. And I'm like, that's not going to work.
Yeah. Meanwhile, for me, I'd rather watch the centrists and the left-wing ones get attacked by the feds than unite with them.
Now, I'm not saying that the left libertarians don't exist. I actually think they do, but I think they're a dying breed.
They do.
I think
they do. It's just that I think they're morons.
I think the way they go about it is wrong, but I think their heart's in the right place.
Yeah.
That's so like.
Well, I mean, their heart's in the right place until just the economics part, because that necessitates a state to go and divide property, quote, equally, unquote, amongst everyone.
And I'd rather them than what we have at the moment. I'd rather them, and at least they wouldn't kill us. But and some of them even.
No, they would if you don't comply.
Really? Not very libertarian.
Well,
though some of them actually follow the NAP as
that's why I don't think they're all. They think they follow the NAP.
Oh.
But part of the NAP also means that you have to go and respect property rights.
And they don't.
And left libertarians don't really believe in property rights.
Isn't that what the Georgists are that Alcazar nearly joined?
Yes.
I'm glad he didn't in the end. I did tell him, like, wait, weren't they in, like, the Second International?
They did found. Well, they did help in founding the First or Second International, I think.
I think it was the second, yeah.
So, yeah. Yeah, it's the Second International.
But he was like, no, it's somebody else, right? I don't know, Alc. Then he
Nope.
was like, actually, I read the book, it's silly. Left libertarians
Imagine
are going...
almost joining a movement that you haven't even read the theory on. Come on, Al.
I know. He did.
This is why I
eventually,
make fun of you. Huh?
To his credit, he did.
Yeah, to his credit, he didn't, but at the same time, the fact that he almost did, to me, is already worthy of incessant ridicule.
Left libertarians are growing, at least online. Wasn't there a left libertarian running for libertarian? Do you mean Vermin Supreme? Nah, he's just a commie. That's
Vermin
literally what
Supreme
he
is a
is.
fucking joke.
Yeah, literally a joke on a comic.
People only vote for him out of spite.
Mm-hmm. Like, people forget that before he was doing this in the Libertarian Party, he was doing that in the Democratic Party. Need I say any more? It's just a shame that Joe Jorgensen won. Who was the one that everybody wanted to win? Was it the Mises Caucus, dude?
Hornberger.
Hornberger, what a name. Reminds me of Hornblower, you know, the books about the
Keep in mind that
Navy.
Hornberger has also actually been a presidential candidate before, so he knows how this stuff actually works.
It's just a mean, Joe. Sit down.
Meanwhile, Jorgensen was just a VP,
Hmm.
which doesn't matter.
You don't matter, VP. Sit down. Anyway.
Yeah, like,
I think.
come on.
Yeah. I think the Libertarian Party is going to die with her. I think. I mean, who next after her? I mean, Hornblower might as well just join the GOP, because they're not his party anymore. And I think most of the people who are in the Libertarian Party are going to do the same thing, I reckon.
You see, I'm just trying to do what Max does and just not be in a party.
That's what I do.
Because fuck that.
Yeah, I'm not going to join a party anytime soon. Like, people are going on at the moment in Britain, like, you know, like the British people that we talk to about, you know, what do we do? You know, the Tories are cooked and all that. Labour's worse and stuff like that. Like, do we support any of these smaller ones? You know, like there's a Libertarian Party Britain, which are they're nowhere near as bad as the US one yet. But they're much more moderate, though, I would say. Even though, in the sense that they're just libertarians, you know, like liberals, classical liberals. Nothing too extreme. I mean, you probably do get,
You know me,
and...
You know me, I prefer ANCAPs over classical liberals, but I'm willing to work with classical liberals.
I mean, they're more like Hayek than they are. Maybe Mises. Yeah, Mises and Hayek rather than Rothbard and Hopper and all that. I mean, that's at a push.
See,
I don't know.
For me, my perfect world is one where Rothbard and Hoppe are the right wing, Mises is the center, and Hayek is the left wing.
What's wrong with the lib? She's just pandering to the wrong people. She might be a femme. I don't know, but I won't put it past her. But it's just she's saying things that libertarians don't believe in, and people have actually, you know.
That's and also you have to remember that she technically has made a career out of doing this stuff. Because she's been constantly running for these positions since the 90s. So I think this is her actual career, and her teaching law at some university is just a side job to her. And I hate career politicians.
I do too. There's also the Liberal Party that have been reborn. So you know how the Liberal Democrats formed, right?
Yes.
So for those of you
now I've read up on the Liberal Party stuff for nuclear weapons, and that's one of the main things that I actually really do not like about them.
Or are they
because they think that the world will be more peaceful when there's no nuclear weapons.
Well, actually,
but
be less
history
peaceful.
shows that that's the opposite.
I would say that conventional war has probably gotten worse to some extent in terms of the capacity to kill, but
conventional war has actually instead gone from actual warfare to just police actions, which think what you will, but this does mean that superpowers can no longer actually declare wars as soon as they get nukes.
We understand the question, but unfortunately we don't know why they do that, and we know they're not going to get votes because, well, I don't understand it. Do you understand it? Like, why aren't they reaching out to liberals?
What is the question?
Wait, shouldn't the Libertarian Party try to reach out to liberals and conservatives? Otherwise, how do they get votes?
I don't think the Libertarian Party actually cares. Because if they did, well, they would have actually solved some of these problems 20 years ago.
It's blind will to power. They're desperate. It's like the Liberal Democrats were desperate to get back into the saddle in 2010.
Well, here's another thing about the Libertarian Party as well. Political parties thrive off of not solving issues.
Pretty much.
So the less solved the issue is, the more votes they get. So I think they're pandering to the left because they want things to get worse. Because then people will vote for them.
Be careful what
They
you wish
also,
for.
however, don't realize that they are making their bed and they are going to have to lie in it.
Yeah, be careful what you wish for, guys. You might just get it, you know. But there's also like
Yep.
so for those of you who don't know, as I forgot to say, the Liberal Democrats are a combination of the Liberal Party, so you know, the party of Gladstone and Lloyd George. As much as I don't like him, you know.
Except the party of Glad. Well, here's the thing, though. The party of Gladstone died in 1906.
I know, but
It's been the party of Lloyd George ever since.
but even Lloyd George would not like the Liberal Democrats now, so or even in the 80s.
Well, yeah.
So but that's the point, isn't it? You know, the party of Gladstone and Salisbury Liberal. Oh God.
Yes.
Yes.
It was.
Salisbury,
Same with Lord Primrose.
Primrose, all those people, right? And they joined with the Social Democrats. Yeah, we used to have
Which is basically just a Labour, but slightly less communist.
I don't know. I don't know actually what their platform was. There is also a new Social Democrat Party, and they're basically where Labour were in the 60s and 70s.
So basically, they want to go and make Britain go to the brink of death again.
No, it's more ideology than that, I would say. So they're more conservative.
Well, I mean, the ideology is why they got to that point.
But you got to remember the Labour of the 40s to like the 60s and 70s is not the same. Well, even the 80s is not the same one that is around now. And in fact, you could argue.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that it's better.
I'm not saying it's better. Well, in many ways, it was better than. But
socially maybe, but economically,
yeah.
no.
You know, well, they do want to. They do want to. I read their manifesto. They actually They are quite red pilled on the immigration, things like that. They want to cap it at like 10,000, was it, or 100? I don't know. But some of them got attacked, you know, during the was it the European elections? Yeah, an old man who was running for the Social Democrats got attacked by Labour supporters or something, or Remainers, I don't know. But yeah, isn't it weird? We've got the Lib Dems, we've got the Social Democrats and the Liberal Party all on the same like political sphere now. That's so strange. Like, is it not a copyright trademark thing? I don't know. But the Liberal Party's like they're meant to be more classical liberal, more centrist. But I just don't see any of these small parties.
I don't think
gaining.
you can trademark political party names because those are always in the public domain.
And who else is there? There's For Britain, but I don't see them becoming a force. Brexit Party's probably finished. I mean, that was set up for one thing and one thing only anyway.
Yeah.
Like,
single issue parties are stupid, if you ask me.
I just keep saying, and I'll keep saying this for ages. The only way you're going to change anything is if you literally join the two main parties and change them from within. That's the only way you're going to do it.
Oh, my friend Katie has just DM'd me in Discord saying, Joe, your stream is gay, you need to see this shit. And then hasn't told me what I'm supposed to see.
Nothing. Maybe
alright then.
Maybe that's the joke. The Lib Dems will never decriminalise drugs. That's just to get votes. The Lib Dems are like desperate people trying to get, you know, laid. They'll say anything to do it, and then they'll let you down once that happens. Hence why 2010 happened and why they're a spent political force. But none of these small parties are worth it, in my opinion. Unless they pick up steam, but they won't because they'll just be attacked and destroyed, unfortunately. So that's why you've got to subvert the main parties, which is why I say the social liberals should infiltrate Labour and get rid of the Blairites and the Corbynites. Although the Corbynites are probably on the way out, potentially, if Starmer isn't, you know, converted, because he's only halfway around that Corbyn's halfway in between Blair and Corbyn anyway. Who else? What else? And then we need to do the other subverting of the other party. So
speaking of subverting, My friend Katie actually just showed me a link for a
Hmm.
Google Images search for white American doctor, and half of them are black.
Yeah, yeah, I've seen this before. Yeah.
Yeah. What the
Type in
fuck?
American inventors. That shit's wild. But anyway, I think we should end the stream. We've gone overtime.
Yeah.
So anyway,
It was
guys,
fun.
yeah, thank you for joining us. Record numbers without a guest, by the way. Thank you guys. Thank you for the memes and the British comedy. I'm sorry, Americans, for not getting. Well, some of you anyway. Some of you will. The Anglophiles will get it.
Apology accepted.
But anyway, last words, Chicago.
Bane, bane, skeet, skeet.
Lucy Brown is a fed boy, and life has many doors. See you later, guys.
Yes.